I grew
Elvis Presley had passed away.
We were on the bus, the Oak Ridge Boys. We were all together, the four of us. It was 1976, August. And we were on our way to Kentucky. And our bus driver, Harley Pinkerman, at the time, pulled the bus over. He had heard it on his radio up there in the driver's seat, and we were in the back listening to music. And Harley pulled the bus over, and he shut it down. And he turned around and said, "Fellas, Elvis died." That was a big shock. It was hard to imagine that the king had passed. And so just like everybody else, I guess we were shocked and saddened. And hey, man, I loved Elvis from the time I was a little kid, so it was a big loss for music, and just a big loss period, I think, for America. I think had Elvis been able to keep his life straightened out at the end, I think he would have been an incredible force for good all of these years. And I got to meet him twice. Our Richard Sturban, as you know, worked with Elvis back in the early 70s, was on the Elvis tour, backing him up with the Stamps Quartet. And Richard has a book out too called From Elvis to Elvira, which is a very cool little book, from Richard's standpoint, telling about what it was like working with the king. And I only met him a couple of times, but I think it's a big loss. I miss him.
Vocalist Joe Bonsall sadly passed away on July 9th due to complications from amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS. He was one of about 31,000 people in the United States affected by this rare neurological disease. In a statement from his family representatives, they said Joe loved to sing, read, and write. He loved playing the banjo and working on the farm. He was a big fan of the Philadelphia Phillies, but Jesus and his family were always his top priority. We will see him again on the promised day. According to the family, Joe requested no funeral. Instead of flowers, donations can be made to the ALS Association or the Vanderbilt Medical Center ALS and Neuroscience Research Center. Joe was the tenor vocalist for the Oak Ridge Boys for many decades. He retired 6 months ago due to ALS. He bravely spent 5 years performing with the group while fighting this fatal disease that weakens muscles. In January, Joe said to the Tennessean, "It has been a great 50 years, and I am thankful to all the Oak Ridge Boys, band, crew, and staff for their constant love and support. I will never forget, and thank you to everyone who has been praying for me." Joe was from Philadelphia and lived in Nashville for almost 40 years. He joined the Oak Ridge Boys in 1973. He was a 50-year member of the group and a member of the Grand Ole Opry. He was also inducted into the Philadelphia Music Hall of Fame, the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, the Vocal Group Hall of Fame, and the Country Music Hall of Fame. May Joe Bonsall's soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for the latest news updates.